Here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
You're listening to Comics Podcasting on the Edge of Civility.
How you been, man?
All right, kids, are we ready? It's episode 71.
I'm ready.
You cool, Rev?
Ready here.
Let's go.
All right. Episode 71 of The Mean Geek. Comics Podcasting on the Edge of Civility. We're doing a conference call with our PR manager and market analyst, Andrew Kolstad, over in Tacoma. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing fine. How are you guys doing tonight?
Now that I've got the computer actually working, I'm hunky-fucking-dory. That's what I am.
This is not the Tech Jedi's finest evening.
No, things have been crazy with this stupid... One machine wouldn't connect to anything at all, and this one was really mean about it. So, tell us there, Andrew, what was your experience in Emerald City?
Now, this is your third con, right?
This is this is like my fourth big con. I did the Comic-Con International in San Diego in '08, and I happened to go with the Tech Jedi.
But
I did Emerald City Comic-Con last year. I did New York this year with both the Tech Jedi and the Rev, and this was my fourth, I guess.
Yep, that would do it. We're going to do an unveiling ceremony.
I don't entirely know what that means.
We're going to
I was
stuff
questioning that.
and introduce it.
It's the only safe response, really, is to question that.
While we get that ready, Andrew, tell us all about the photo ops you had going on over there.
Oh, man, lots of great cosplay. I took only a couple hundred this time, but the light I only took a couple hundred a day, whereas in San Diego I take over 1,000 a day. But the light wasn't so hot. I was able to compensate on the fly with my camera settings and some Photoshop guru techniques, but needless to say, we got some great pictures. We got a whole bunch of pictures tagged for the Mean Geek, and we had as many as, I'm checking the stats right now, the pictures with the Mean Geek had as many as, come on, we topped out at 6,200 on the 8th of March. 6,200 people looked at a picture that had the MeanGeek.com logo on it.
That's amazing. You're a rock star, sir.
That is so awesome. Tell us about your favorite cosplayer.
So far, my favorite cosplayer was the Boba Fett from the Family Guy.
Nice. That's awesome.
We rather enjoyed that one ourselves. I was a big fan, as you remember, as you will obviously never fucking forget, of the
barista.
Well, the baristas, yes, because it was Seattle, but the myriad poison ivies that were floating around.
Except for the green girl with the weird shaped boobies.
Yes, I forgot about her. There was this girl. She was kind of bigger.
Shocking.
No. She was not huge, not like boat-like, but she was taller than me, even without the heels. So she's a good 5'10".
Right.
But her shoulders were wider too, so she's a big built girl.
Right.
But she had the poison ivy bustier effect going on, but she had these huge, flabby, loose boobs.
Ugh.
And the way the bustier held them up, it was like they were sitting on a shelf.
Oh, that's charming.
Yeah, they were like going straight out, and it was just like blah, blah, blah. It's fucking horrifying.
That's great. Thanks for sharing. Of all the things from the con, that's the first thing you choose to share with me is horrifying boobs.
Andrew?
And unfortunately, I just noticed that she is the lead-in picture on my Flickr account, so I need to download something else.
That's just awesome.
That is too funny.
Now, did you find you had better photo opportunities than you did at New York?
Oh, yes, definitely, because there was a lot more room. Last year, in the same amount of space, actually in a smaller amount of space, they had everything. This year they opened up a bigger break, or not break, I'm sorry. Oh, God damn, I don't know why you guys have me on when I can't complete a sentence.
We can't.
There was a bigger room that Will Wheaton was in, and that one could hold up to 3 to 5,000. And last year they didn't have access to that convention room. And also this year they had a downstairs area where they put the media guests like William Shatner and the other media guests.
Everybody
and they,
to Shatner, really.
And they also stuck the 501st, the Rebel Legion, and the Mandalorian mercenaries downstairs. So that took a lot of the crowd away from upstairs. Upstairs, last year the 501st Legion was in the Artist Alley, so that created a big traffic jam. So this year it was great because we could actually move around.
That's really nice. What exactly are the Mandalorian mercenaries? I'm familiar with the 501st, but that's the first I've heard of Mandalorian mercenaries.
Well, apparently they're a new cosplay group that is actually doing Mandalorians from Boba Fett's home planet, and they use a derivative of Boba Fett's costume, and you'll get to hear more about them because AJ got to interview one of their vice presidents.
Yep.
Really?
And I'll play that in just a couple of minutes, it being timestamp 6:10.
Very nice.
I'm going to leave a pause here, and I'm going to take out the words I'm speaking now and drop that interview in there.
Right in this space right now?
Right now.
So everything I'm saying, although being recorded, will never actually be heard.
That's right.
You're a jackass.
Fuck you, too. All right, it's 6:32. All right. All right, kids, this is episode 71 of the Mean Geek, comics podcasting on the edge of civility. We're over here at the Emerald City Comic Con, and we're getting some interviews done. We're going to start off with the deputy PR director of the Mandalorian Mercs,
Kabiri Fox.
and what are you guys in particular all about?
What we're about is actually all about having fun in general. The Mercs were founded upon the aspect of being able to creatively express yourself amongst the Star Wars universe. We're comprised of all non-canon costumes, except for a couple, such, for example, Boba Fett and Jango Fett were Mandalorians. So they're approved to be in the club, and same with like Jodo Cast, Dexter Muriel, Mandalorians like that. However, most of the club consists of just custom creations people create, and it's all scratch built. Everything is 110% made by hand.
Well, damn, that yours in particular is severely badass. You got some cyborg things going on here. How long did it take you to put this together?
My kit in general, my first kit, because this is actually a long time's worth of modifications. My first kit, and this is super rare, I actually hold the record on this. My first kit, I started on the Friday, built on Saturday, took the pictures on Sunday, submitted on Monday, and was approved within 4 hours. That is unheard of.
It's some kind of record, eh?
Yes. Well, I'm just motivated. But after I built it, I took a look at it, and I was very proud of it, but I kept seeing things I wanted to do that was better. I'd see other ideas I wanted to throw into it. I incorporated, which you guys can't see, but I have a robotic arm. It's crafted after C-3PO's arm on the top, but it has an access port.
Let's see.
And originally I did have two hands. Now I only have one hand and an ion cannon blaster on the other.
Now, is there a story behind that? Did you lose it in a particular battle that you've created the backstory for?
Yes, actually my character has a really long backstory, but long story short, never tried to arm wrestle a Rancor.
That'll do it. How long have you guys been around?
The Mercs have actually been around for about 5-6 years. We are recognized by Lucasfilm as the premier Mandalorian costume club.
That's pretty badass.
And also, we are one of the few clans that are on extremely good terms with both the Legion and Alpha Base. We work with them very, very closely up here.
Excellent. Good. Glad to hear that. Well, we've appreciated your time, and we hope you happy adventuring.
Awesome, thank you.
Back to the conversation. So, I don't know. There was a lot of really amazing costumes. Remember that guy with the with the Deadpool. Andrew?
Oh, the bullet time effect?
Yes.
Wait, what? Oh, dear God.
Yeah. The guy was leaning back, way back on his own heel, and he's got this acrobat thing going on, and it looks like he's falling down and being shot at by Deadpool at the same time. The guy is amazing.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, we dug all that. Spoke.
Yeah, the guy was a long-haired Asian guy who probably could have been an extra in a 1970s Jackie Chan film.
Well, of course.
Where else would you get him from?
That's just awesome.
Any other favorites you want to bring to the fore?
Oh, Jesus. They were all good. The Sand People guy was good.
Yeah, it was fun. What about the, you remember the Ted Cord Blue Beetle that kind of Sharpied in her Danskin outfit?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
She put a lot of effort into that, though. I'm duly impressed.
What I didn't see this year was a whole bunch of steampunkers. Traditionally, I like the steampunkers because of all the attention to detail in their outfits, but there were enough Star Wars guys who have hand-built costumes, so that took my my interest. And there was also like a super battle Batman who had tons of pieces. He had Nerf roto guns and lots of hockey pads built into his uniform, and he pulled it off pretty good.
Now you got a bunch of stuff that I wasn't actually there to see. Tell us about that zombie child.
Oh, she was cute. Really good makeup. And then I also saw that it looks like she went, in other people's pictures, it looks like she went to the masquerade that night, and I hope she plays pretty good. Really great. And then she was walking around normally looking at all the stuff like kids would. And when somebody would call her over, she'd do like a zombie limp, and she had a little wound down by one of her ankles, and she would drag that leg, playing it off perfectly.
That's awesome.
That was brilliant. Just so you know, we're looking at the Flickr stuff while we're talking about it.
Oh, good.
Wow, that makes
That'll give me a couple more hits tonight.
Now, you were going to take the green screen behind that Ahsoka Tano girl. What were you going to?
I'll take that out eventually and put her on. I'll try to find a Star Wars background and superimpose her on.
It's awesome. There were so many kids, dude.
Well,
it was staggering how many kids there were. There wasn't that many kids at New York.
Oh, no. There were a whole bunch. And then, as it turns out, based on the emails I've been getting, the little superheroes we saw, like Superboy, Speedy, and the mini Wonder Woman,
the Tiny Titans.
A lot of those kids didn't know each other, apparently.
Oh,
really?
Wow. That's some pretty fucking coincidences right there. That's great.
Yeah, there's some email traffic going back and forth on my link because they're trying to find out who they were. Because, like, one girl was sad that she saw a little Spider-Man and couldn't pose with him. And
and he had that Amber chick from the movie that isn't even out yet, Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, man, I was quite happy to get her picture. She was 7 kinds of hot, man.
Well, apparently she identified herself on your Flickr account.
Yeah, she did.
But Will Wheaton was the toast of the town that night, that first afternoon, man.
He's hilarious, and the Tech Jedi posted on his YouTube page the footage he got from that panel. So
yeah, and
I very encourage you to check it out.
I embedded the first one in our own page.
I saw part of that.
I'll be doing part 2 in there tomorrow, and a couple of days so that we can string it out and people can have a good time. Or you can see them all at length on the YouTube site, Joseph A. Hunter. Will Wheaton was awesome. And these the Imperial guys, which we never could track down. He said he wanted to talk to us. These Imperial guys really had their uniforms together.
Yeah, that's really impressive looking.
And he's fit for it too, man. He's not just I'm an Imperial officer with the big Balu arms waving around, swinging that gut. No, this guy looks like he can kick some rebel ass, man. Am I right?
Is he another one of your man crushes from the con, or what?
He is, actually.
How many man crushes did you have?
Just
exactly?
two. Just
Just two.
The Imperial guy and Michael Avon Oming. Yeah, you'll see.
You had a crush on Oming?
Yes.
Okay.
You should see him.
I don't have words right now.
The guy's cut. He's tight. He's got it. He goes to the gym. He's not. He's young. Shit, man. If I was a woman, I would be taking him back to the room.
I've never been more uncomfortable than I am right now. Is that you shooting something?
Pretending to.
Okay.
The Night Zero guys, who, it's actually in the package. We'll get to it.
Okay.
The Night Zero guys who, what they do is they take.
All right, kids, we're back on episode 71 again at themeangeek.com. We're still on the floor of Emerald City Comic Con, and right now we're going to talk about Night Zero. Tell us all about it, Anthony.
Night Zero is a photographic novel of the post-apocalypse. It's a zombie comic book produced here in Seattle, but we use HDR photography instead of illustration. So everything is shot on location with a cast and crew like making a film, except in the end we turn it into a comic book that tells different stories of post-apocalyptic Seattle.
Is there a catering truck involved?
What?
Every film I've been on, there's been a catering truck. Is there a catering truck involved?
We do have a lot of catering, no trucks that I'm aware of, but we do provide snacks and things for all of our actors. It's a labor of love. It's all volunteer organizations, so we don't actually pay anybody, but we do provide lunch.
All right, now how do you get the people for it? You Craigslist them? You recruit them here in a con? Or
most of the people who have the more substantial roles, both in the acting leads and in the production team, come from the Seattle network. We have a lot of people involved with the improv communities, the theater and film communities in the area. When we're doing a large shoot that requires a lot of zombies and a lot of dead bodies, we recruit those from the people who stop by our photo booth here at the conventions, which is a free photo booth that we show people how HDR is used, and then sometimes we'll email them if they want to come down and be part of the big shoot with us.
all right, so how many have you knocked out so far? I see 3 volumes, and they're roughly how many pages?
Well, the volumes are collections, so our first one is 100 pages, volumes 2 and 3 are 200 pages, and they collect both vignettes, which are standalone stories, as well as episodes of the serial story, which we're telling simultaneously in production.
Well, this is amazing stuff. All right, now, you got plans for what's going to be number 4?
I just finished writing the script for that this morning, so we'll be producing that this year and come back next year and we'll have volume 4 sitting right there.
Now, what kind of production schedule are you actually talking here? Is this going to take you a month? Is it going to take you a year?
We generally do 2 to 3 shoots a month. There'll be some of them are 4 hours. Most shoots are a full 8-hour day, including load in with the production team in the grip truck, and then casting call, makeup, costumes, and everything. So we produce effectively a full feature film every month, but we turn it into a comic book instead of a movie.
That is just too cool to be believed, man. I'm going to get one from you. Appreciate your time, man.
Thank you.
Super beautiful posed shots,
Right.
and rework them in Photoshop or whatever and put them in backgrounds and throw in effects and lettering and all that stuff and make a comic out of that.
Oh, intriguing.
They're not quite zombies. They're more 28 Days Later kind of things.
Right.
But there's a bit of political intrigue and infighting and all that kind of stuff. But on the end of their display, they had a little setup where they'd take a picture of you with whatever props they had you wanted,
Right.
and they would do the kind of background stuff that they do for their book and then send it to you.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So hopefully pretty soon they'll be sending me my picture. Now, did you get in on that, Andrew?
I did not. I did not want my picture taken at my current weight.
Oh, you know what? Fuck you. You saw me interviewing the Mandalorian guy. Screw you and your my current weight. You're both some roly-poly motherfuckers. Don't even...
It's kind of a podcast theme for us, really.
What else were you digging on?
Joe, just to expound on the Night Zero stuff, that's called HDR. It's the current rage in photography circles nowadays, and it stands for High Dynamic Resolution.
Which
That's the type of photography they use to put together their comic. And I believe if you go to nightzero.com, they also have a web comic.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Yep, they do. All right, so should we jump into the books, or you got something else you want to mention?
All right, kids, back to episode 71 at the Emerald City Comic Con. We're talking to Jedi Kai of Alpha Base, and she's going to tell us all about the Rebel Legion.
Well, the Rebel Legion is an international good guys costuming group that's been around for, I'm not entirely sure, 8 years or so, maybe, I'm guessing.
Not a bad run.
I've had a costume longer than the Rebel Legion's existed, so I've kind of lost track.
Excellent. And are there events like charity openings, things like that? How many have you been a part of?
I've kind of lost track of that too. 2 or 3 or 4 a year, but we do lots of, along with our sister organization, the 501st Garrison Titan, we do toy drives at Christmas. We partner with the Science Center, and like for example, they're having a Star Wars exhibit coming up later this month, and we'll be at several of their opening events to add color. We have been at the Lucasfilm openings, the premieres, the charity premieres, to add costume character color to the event.
How exciting was that?
Oh, that was fantastic. The first time we didn't get to go see the movie, but the second time we did. So
Did you guys get to meet George?
No. This was just the Seattle premiere.
Oh, gotcha.
Cinerama.
Okay.
Although rumor hath it Mr. Gates was there, but I didn't see him.
Really?
Well, children's charity. The event that we're doing here at Comic-Con is a photo booth the 501st is running that benefits a children's therapy clinic.
Oh, that's the kind of thing we like to hear. Just geeks getting down with the community. That's awesome stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
Anything else you want to mention?
Just come out and see us and watch the Garrison Titan message board, and we post when we're doing events.
And that's at
www.garrisontitan.com.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate your time.
And the Rebel Legion is rebellegion.com.
I'm good. Carry on.
All right, so let's unpack some shit, huh?
Okay.
We got a nca.edu coffee cup travel mug.
Very nice.
It's some art college. We got from Graffiti Designs the Gotham City Police Department athletic shirt. Yeah, you dig that? Got the shield on the front. Gotham City.
Are you going to wear that to the gym?
Yeah, shit, yeah, I'm going to wear this to the gym starting Monday.
That'll be the first time that's ever been worn in a gym.
Yeah, you'll never see that again. The Tech Jedi is a fucking trailblazer,
there
baby.
You go.
All right, let's go through the loot, and then we'll go through the stories for the signings. How about that? Just smack myself with the hard shell of a print. Got a nice little print from Steam Crow Productions. Nice reimagining of the Metropolis one sheet from Fritz Lang. 1927.
There
Pretty fucking cool. Got a nice Batman print from Jacob Bear, although I have no idea who the hell Jacob Bear is. The first time I ever seen him was at the show. And then, all right, it was Taki Soma, right, Andrew?
Yes, Taki Soma.
She did a charcoal line pencil drawing of IG-88 and Boba Fett. He got one too.
Oh, of course.
He hit me to it, and I'm like, God damn, I need one of them, man. Am I right?
All right, so the print collection continues.
Actually, I think that he went to go get that because Taki Soma was sitting next to his man crush.
Well, yeah, I got a free shirt from the same art thing.
Oh, okay. Northwest College of Art.
Emerald City Comic Con
themed.
You go. I actually have to get this to Chris because I didn't find and she wanted a really cool Batman shirt, and they were all just kind of plain and blech this
nothing
year.
Jumped out.
Yeah, nothing really said, woo, get that one. So let's move on. Find some more stuff. Let's bring that box over here. That's all that's left of the cards. No cards left. Loot-wise, the goodie bag was, I'm sorry to say, fellas, incredibly fucking disappointing. There was just a program and a couple of placards, and that was it. It kind of bored the shit out of me.
Well, the New York one didn't really do much either, if you think back.
Well, yeah. And got a couple of promotional posters. I'm going to read a couple of these things, I guess. Deconstructing Comics podcast. Oh, no, a competitor. We can't do that. Ginandcomics.com.
That's
might be
horrifying.
worth looking at. I mean, if anything's going to appeal to you,
I see where you're going,
Rev,
yes.
then it's going to be... And there's our badge.
Oh, okay. The 3-day.
And I've already friended the Damsels of Dorkington
Oh, it's
on
just what it
Facebook.
is. Okay.
Yeah, they're a little performing troupe. They do geeky kind of things. Got a couple of good pictures of them, Andrew. I don't see them up on the Flickr. I see the washed one.
Yeah, I didn't get many of them.
Oh, well. All right, let's get directly into the signings, huh?
Okay.
Let's get stuck straight into that. We'll pull out yours as they come along.
Sure.
Oh, and the first one is your Hellboy.
Signed by Mike Mignola.
Had to wait till the third day because his lines wouldn't fucking go down.
Very nice.
I finally caught him. There was nobody there at all. I'm like, this is my fucking chance! I've been carrying around this thing for 3 goddamn days.
Nice.
And which one is that now?
That is Seed of Destruction #1.
All right. Which isn't nearly as cool and didn't put a smile on his face quite the same way Phantom Stranger miniseries did. He loved that. And a sketchbook for you.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. Larry Hama did not appear.
You absolutely rocked.
Larry Hama pissed me off. But no, actually, I heard a rumor that he actually had some kind of family emergency.
Well, that's certainly
so. No G.I. Joe. Yeah, you
made
dig
out
that,
to
huh?
Bill,
That's
no
right,
less.
baby. There's my Oming.
Nice.
Mice Templar, #1. The initial series.
Very nice.
Yep, The Prophecy, Part 1, The Calling.
Now, do you have that at the table, or you have to hunt that down?
That one I brought.
Hey kids, we're back in episode 71 of the Mean Geek Comics Podcasting on the Edge of Civility. We're at the second day of Emerald City Comic Con, and we've got the gracious gift of a few minutes from Brian J. L. Glass to talk about any damn thing he wants to pimp, really.
Hello. Yeah, having a great time here in Seattle. I love Emerald City Con. This is a great crowd, great city, great day. Jim DeMonicus runs a great show. That's all my brown nosing. Get that out of the way. And it's a great opportunity. Seattle's now pretty much the only show where I get to do the show with my partner in crime, Mike Oming, because he's been doing fewer shows. So
he has.
Yeah. So these opportunities to come and be either next to him or a table space away, and I get to hobnob with the big boys.
Now, you two have done a lot of work together, so that begs the question, how did you two hook up professionally speaking?
Oh, well, professionally because we were friends first. I've known Mike since Adam Hughes introduced us to each other in 1989. 89, yeah, it's been a long, long road.
So can you get me an interview with Hughes? I'm screwing with you.
I'll walk over and say, if you have a moment, which he won't have a moment because
not
he
at
is
all.
in demand, and deservedly so.
So, were you doing comic stuff in '89? You thinking about it?
No, Mike had gotten connected to a company called Comic Zone Productions in New Jersey. This was at the very tail end of the black and white explosion from the 80s.
I remember that well.
Yep. And he knew I was an aspiring writer as well, so he allowed me to take some of my pitches to the publisher at the time, Rich Rankin, who had been an inker in the early days of Kamiko.
I remember them as well. Justice Inc., all those guys.
And together we did the first issue, or he was able to pitch my series to Comic Zone, and they accepted it, and it published under another name because I got slapped with a lawsuit from from DuPont, but we won't go into that. And the book became Spandex Tights, a superheroine parody, which inadvertently got Mike his first work at DC Comics.
That's not a bad rap, is it?
Yeah, it's like the first issue came out, and I was pretty excited. My phone rings, and it's Andy Helfer from DC Comics. He looked me up in the phone book. He didn't want me, he wanted Mike Oeming.
But he knew you.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
He knew where to go to get what he wanted. He had your name in his head. So that's not bad.
Yeah, so then within like a year and a half, Comic Zone went the way of many of the black and white independent companies. And I was left with self-publishing. So I self-published for, I guess, approximately 6 years under the name Lost Cause Productions.
All right.
All throughout the 90s.
Ah, well, that explains it, because I was overseas most of that time, so I missed all of that stuff.
Yep, and Mike was always coming back and either doing covers for me or doing little backup feature stories in those early issues of Spandex Tights, and it was fun, goofy stuff, and I can look back at some of the issues and go, these are absolutely horrible, and then others that, this still stands, I'm still proud of this, but at the end of the day, it's the series where I kind of learned what to do and what not to do.
Well, there is a curve that has to be written.
Very much.
Everybody has, 100,000 bad stories in them? Something like that?
I've got a few more than that. Yeah. Then in the latter 90s, Mike came to me with a science fiction pitch and allowed me to kind of build him a universe for a book called Ship of Fools.
Okay.
That the first 6 issues were published at Caliber, and then the ship jumped ship from Caliber to Image, and we were part of Jim Valentino's black and white experiment.
Ah, yeah.
And we were the second wave of that, and we got 4 issues out, and then by 1998, Mike kind of dropped out of comics. I dropped out of comics. I just was, at that point, this was the time the industry implosion had happened.
Yeah.
The bottom had dropped out. Marvel had declared bankruptcy a few years before. There was the Heroes World buyout, the distributor wars.
I remember all of that. That's when I had to drop out for my own economic reasons.
Yeah, and it's like when you're self-publishing and you have distributors declare bankruptcy and they still owe you like $500 to $1,000 for a small independent guy that was barely making anything. That's
kind of crucial.
It was huge. So at the end, I just ended with a bitter editorial rant. I've later gone back to most of the people I was bitter and ranty against and said, I apologize.
Well, we're all about bitter rantiness. That's where most of the real fun comes from.
I was in a bad place, but things are much better now.
Excellent. Now, we got a little bit of a line developing, so I don't want to keep them too much longer. So if there's anything you want to talk about future-wise.
Okay, let me just tell them, you can take a look through anything you see. What's happening? Mice Templar is in its 3rd volume.
Yeah.
3 of 4 volumes. We're approaching the halfway mark. It's Mice Templar, A Midwinter Night's Dream. And it continues the saga we've been building for 2 volumes, but is also still a great jumping on point if you're unfamiliar with the world of the Templar. The series has been collected in 3 collected editions, hardcover and softcover, available through Diamond, so every comic shop you can go, ask your retailer to order them for you. He can get them. If he says he can't, he lies. And I have a lot of Marvel special projects coming up that I could tell you, but then I'd be fired, and then you'd be hunted down by the Marvel.
I'm not going to be liable for that, so you just hang tight.
No, it's not libel. It's assassination.
Liable. Responsible. I won't be responsible for that.
Just a bunch of stuff related to a possible upcoming movie, and it's been fun. Verily. Forsooth.
Is that a hint that's thinly veiled in a Walt Simonson-like way?
Not at all. Not at all. Oh, is that Beta Ray Bill? No.
Wait a minute. All right, I'm going to let the rest of the fans get to you and do what they want to do, and we really appreciate you taking the time out.
Oh, great. Honored to do so. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
And Powers, number 4 of the Marvel series, because I couldn't find any of the other ones I had. He signed that for me.
Very nice.
I got Cho to do my Mighty Avengers. Butch Geist never showed up, never found him, so I only could get Mark Waid to do my Ruse number 1. Cool. And he loved that. He looked at it, he's like, yeah, somebody brought me Ruse. This is one of my favorite books to do.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, baby. And I got these 2 Mice Templars for free.
Very nice.
Oh my God.
Templar swag.
Brian is so nice and so hype and so awesomely excited about being in comics. It was infectious. I was like, yeah, this is awesome.
That's cool.
And I got this huge heavy trade paperback of Mice Templar Destiny 6 through 9 with the zombie cat on the front.
Oh my God.
Signed the front. Got a little zombie cat sketch on the inside.
Very nice.
Can't wait to get stuck into that. Terry Dodson did my Ghost number 5s.
There you go.
Matt Fraction did my Iron Man 1 and 2 and Disassembled Part 1 of number 20.
Excellent.
And he was so excited that I gave him that Mean Geek bumper sticker that he said, by the way, have you tried Casanova yet? And I'm like, my local guy never did pick it up, so I got kind of stuck for it, and now it's difficult to find. So he picked this up off his stack, signed it, and said, here you go, pal.
Awesome.
Amazing fella.
Very nice.
And he took another bumper sticker for Tom Brevoort. Terry Dodson again. I got him to do my Wonder Woman's 1 and 2.
Very nice. I'm sure he was thrilled with that.
And these were excellent picks for you, by the way, Rev.
Really?
He was impressed as fuck that I pulled those out.
Nice.
What are they?
They are Hammer of the Gods, a couple of random issues. 4, 3 from Hammer Hits China, and the Color Saga, where he turns into a duck.
He said that he really was disappointed that he had a lot of fun. He enjoyed that series immensely. He wants to get back to it.
Nice.
I was talking to Dan Jurgens. He was really happy to see Booster Gold 10 and 11. He was kind of disappointed that I didn't have like 1 through 9. Because he was like, I'd have signed those for you. That'd have been great. I'd have loved to see those. And I was like, well, they were in the basement. There was a flood. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm still hunting them down.
And J.G. Jones, if you're listening tonight, I just want to apologize for playing you off like that. We never met before, but you were so courteous and so enthusiastic. I just kind of played you off when you asked me how I'd been, like I was a buddy you haven't seen in 10 years. I apologize. I didn't want to ruin your day by making you feel like a twit for thinking you recognize somebody. So if you hear me, I'm sorry.
It's hard to believe that he has met a geek at a show that looks like you before. I'm shocked.
Oh yeah, the fat furry guy. I played it off pretty well too. He was like, "Where? Yeah, when was the last time we talked?" I was like, "Oh, must have been New York."
Oh, were you at New York? No, really. I'm just gonna be quiet.
And if he wasn't at New York, he must have been playing it off pretty well himself, because he's like, "Oh yeah." And I got McGuire to do my I Can't Believe It's Not the Justice League.
Nice.
And my Justice League number 1. And I never did get a chance to get to Hughes to get the other ghosts done.
Wow.
Because when he wasn't sketching, he had a line out the fucking
that was the same
front
thing in
door.
New York. I stopped by it like 3 times. I'm like, I'm sure you're an excellent artist, and I'm sure you're very nice, but this line has no appeal to me whatsoever.
Nope. And there's your Gru number 1, signed by Sergio.
Nice.
I never did get to Dustin Wynn to get him to do that Superman Batman. And I couldn't get back to everybody who did Cap 600. And I totally forgot about Lepresti, so I couldn't get my Generation Lost done. But no, I got other stuff done by Lepresti. So
there you go.
Formerly known as the Justice League number 1, got that done. More McGuire. Everywhere is McGuire. A couple of ash cans for Amity Blamity and Illustrated Craigslist because I kind of felt sorry for the Craigslist girl. It was only $1. And I put that in the pack backwards, but that's your Tim Sale. Yes, that's your Tim Sale Long Halloween.
Nice.
And here's your Tim Sale Dark Victory.
Nice.
There's my Sergio Louder Than Words. Which
You got a sketch on that one.
Yeah, he was very happy to see that one.
Nice.
He said, "This is one of my favorite books. I'm very glad that you brought this to me."
That's awesome.
And I got Epting to do. You want a copy of this? Because there's 2 in this package.
Sure.
Captain America 8, The Winter Soldier #1, signed by Epting.
Holy gods.
Do you want it?
Sure.
What are you prepared to do for it?
I'm prepared to end this conversation.
I'll give it to you. Fine. I got Chris Roberson, who...
Wow, you got a note.
Yeah. To Adrian, you are what you eat for iZombie. And brains are good eating on the other one, on #2.
Wow, that's shockingly creepy.
Now, he was a nice guy, though. I want to talk to him about both Cinderella and iZombie soon.
Very nice.
We'll have to give him a call. There's your Liberty Meadows one. There's your other Liberty Meadows.
Very nice.
And I think you're going to be duly impressed by this next one.
What do you got?
And you have to describe it fully and
Lord
carefully when you tell us all about it. Ta-da!
Oh my God! This would be Marvel's #4, which is signed by Kurt Busiek with a "Bill, you're next" coming out of the Green Goblin's mouth. That's horrifying and awesome in equal measure.
I got you this because it's Mignola and Arcudi.
Oh, sweet.
And I got you this because it's a limited edition of 500 copies.
Oh my God.
What is it, Rev?
That would be Muppet Show limited to 500, #2. That's
just for
insane.
the con. Yeah, and here's that Night Zero stuff.
Oh, okay. That's kind of different.
Yeah. And, I got it signed by Anthony somewhere in here. Anthony Van Winkle. He's the guy that wrote it. Oh, there it is. And he got one of the stars, so to speak, to do it as well. So I'm very excited about that. Scads more shit to go through.
This is amazing.
Ain't it? All right. Is this stuff... no, this bag is stuff I bought.
Okay. You keep looking for other things. I'll flip through.
Oh, no. It's all mixed in. Got Hickman to do my Secret Warriors.
Very nice.
And he confirmed to me what we have not been able to dig up properly.
Which
it's
is?
not ending at 24. It's ending at 28.
Ah, okay.
And out of his own mouth, it's because that's where it ends.
All right.
So,
woohoo!
He's got a plan. Got Shield by Hickman. Got that
nice.
sign. Irredeemable by Wade and Krause.
Very nice.
Yeah. I was so stupid. Mark Wade was talking to somebody while I was talking to Peter Krause.
Right.
And I'm about to put him back in the bag, and he's like, "Don't you want Mark to tell you?" And I'm like,
That would be nice, yes.
You're totally right, Peter. I'm a moron. Don't mind me. I couldn't get back to Sale to do my Spider-Man Blue or my Daredevil Yellow. And I couldn't find Ron Mars at all for my Batman Aliens, just to see, how that would fuck with his head. Quitely's line. Quitely was the first person in the first corner of Artist Alley. So he had the biggest line right off the bat, and he only had signings for 2 hours at a time. I forgot to go back to Busiek for my Avengers. I forgot to bring the Astro City when I forgot to. And I could never find Derek Robertson for your Transmetropolitan. And I couldn't get to Brubaker for my Criminal or Captain America Reborn, which irritated me.
Well,
I did, however, get my Humberto Ramos for DV8.
DV8. What did he say when he saw that?
He's like, "Yeah, this is an old series."
That is true.
And we got some interesting stuff that I was happy to help the independents with.
Okay.
There they are. Dr. Zombie, Adventures of Dr. Zombie.
Well, of course.
3 and 4, all ages. written by a wonderful and well-spoken 11-year-old girl.
What?
And illustrated by her dad.
Well, that's adorable.
Ain't it? And then I got, because I was stuck at the table, I was like, well, I can't just buy these and not get the other ones. So eventually I'll be reading Dallas McCoy, issues 0 and the One Shot, which have very nice covers. That's from Rorschach Entertainment, and we'll see how much fun they really are, because they look like a lot of fun.
Hey, anything's worth giving a shot. Generally.
Absolutely right. Any more signed stuff? I think that's done with the signed stuff, so I'm gonna move. Oh no! Yannick Paquette.
There you go. Batman Incorporated number 1.
And Terra Obscura number 2.
Terra Obscura.
Which he went on for like 5 minutes about how disappointed he was that book didn't get the play it should have got, and he wanted to do it forever.
It got no press.
Yeah, and he's right. It's disappointing that it never got anywhere. And I forgot to get that Mad book done for you.
See, now that would have been an awesome moment.
Yes. So let's get stuck into the loot, huh?
All
right. Let's do the trades first.
Okay.
I got a trade for Jobnik, which is the the autobiographical story of an American girl's adventures in the Israeli army by Miriam Libicki.
Very nice.
Talked to her for a while. Very nice woman. Very bright. Very courteous. I got the 2 trades of Mouse, because although I've read it twice in other circumstances, I was starting to feel ashamed that I didn't own such an important book, and I generally don't feel the whole importantness of some books.
You know,
if
really
I enjoy it,
I
enjoy it, and if it's good, it's good, and if it has a place in history, then it has a place in history. But I've never said, this is a powerful story about anything,
right?
Ever. But this one is.
Yes, you can't really argue with the import of Mouse.
And I got Umbrella Academy because I've heard so many interesting things about it, but I had never read it before, and it was okay. I read it on the flight, and I was fully awake. It wasn't like I was nodding off while I read it, so it was okay.
It's got a monkey, so I'm definitely pro it.
Jonathan Hickman cut me a deal on his trade for Pax Romana.
Okay, cool.
Which is again an interesting story. I think he's pulling a fucking turtle dove on us, man.
Really?
He's latching on to an idea of manipulating past history and twisting it around and changing things like in S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
And this is what he does in Pax Romana.
Okay.
So I got Aliens Earth War because it was $2.
Hey, why not?
And I hadn't actually read that one. Yeah. I got Superman for All Seasons.
Oh, very nice.
Because, again, I had read it, but I didn't own it. And, that was $1.50, so I'm like, fuck it, of course I'm going to get it.
Well, that's one of 4.
Yes.
Right.
I know.
Right, which one is that?
I had to start somewhere. This is number 1, right?
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, book 1,
there
spring.
You go.
So, and here's where it gets interesting, and you'll have to talk about this as well, Andrew, if you're still with us.
I'm with you.
Okay. What do you remember about Project Manhattan or Project London?
Oh man, that almost deserves. I just read the first chapter of the prequel book, and that may deserve like its own discussion. And I think you should give him a call and try to get an interview with the creator.
Okay, really, sounds good.
What are we talking about
this
here?
Project London, Project Manhattan is the prequel to Project London, which is a movie these guys are making. There's 4 of them and their cast, right? They're producer, director, writer,
right?
All those guys and they were really nice guys too. They did all the effects themselves, and they got the story down, and they got the shooting down. And they had it playing the entire time up on a big screen behind their booth.
How'd it look?
And it looked fucking phenomenal.
Very nice.
Didn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, it looks very interesting. It looked superb for a fan film. I've seen some studio films that look crappy. I mean, I'm sure they're showing their best clips, but if the rest of the movie keeps up with the clips that they showed, it's phenomenal. They did the initial. The primary shooting was completed in 2007, so they've been spending the last couple of years doing the effects, and it sounds like they're just working on some of their sound, and they're getting ready to put that sucker together, and I can't wait to see the finished product.
Yeah, I love it. The general idea here is that why does my mic sound like that? Anyway, I am still here, right? Good.
I hear you.
Yay.
General idea is alien refugees come down during World War II and ally with the Americans.
Huh.
So, again, kind of turtle dovey.
Right. Wow, I can't believe that's a term now.
It is. Sorry. All right. This is going to be a long section here, Andrew. So if you want to jump in on something, now's your time.
No, carry on. It's your podcast. I bow to the master.
Okay.
These are the randoms you picked up?
These are the, just pawing through the bins and what hit me, and I tried to follow my list as much as I could, but whatever, So.
And that list was graciously supplied by an acolstadphotography.com iPod.
That's correct. So we were talking about it just a few weeks ago. So I decided that at 50 cents a pop, there was absolutely no reason not to get the first year's worth of Strikeforce Morituri.
Wow. I really did never anticipate seeing these things again.
Check it out, man. Feel these. Excuse me. What the fuck? These bags are probably the original ones from like '88. They don't have flaps, They're all yellowing. They're the huge, thick plastic instead of the Mylar. It's amazing, isn't it? I'm going to make you read those.
Oh, good.
No, I won't make you read those.
Hey, I read everything else.
If you think you can have some fun with it, I'll
give it a shot.
make
I'll
you
try
read
anything.
it.
All right. So that's kind of neat.
I was disappointed that She-Hulk was so much fun when Slot was on it, and I never did get most of it, so I got just 3 random Slot She-Hulks, 8, 17, and 20. But, again, for a quarter a pop, nothing can be lost.
Hey, you got to experiment.
And I was, in fact, missing Spider-Man Blue 3 and 5, and probably 4 as well, to be frank. But now I have them.
There you go.
Gotta love that. Jennifer Blood, new Garth Ennis series.
Oh, very
the second one
title.
came out this week. It's about a housewife that goes out at night being a vigilante.
Okay.
Yeah. I would normally hand this over to you right now, but I haven't read it yet.
That's always valid.
Two powers I was missing, 5 and 7 from the Icon line.
Oh, there's the. I was wondering.
Yeah,
when Batman was
eventually, you were gonna find it. I got. Where does it end? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only could find 5 Legends of the Dark Knights.
That you were missing.
Yeah, that I was missing. But I'm only missing like 18. So, it's a good chunk.
Hey, there you go.
Almost done with this gap. Shadow of the Bat. I had a couple of. Oh, there was another Legends. But this Legends comes packaged with a Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow disc.
Oh, dear God.
Which I don't remember that having been.
Free movie trailer.
I got a random Batman 553 by Mensch. I never saw that before, so I got it. I did get to Rucka eventually, but I only had time. He only had time for me to do the recent detective run.
Well, there you go.
But that's something. Marv Wolfman, Crisis 7, signed.
Very nice.
He was so happy to see that. I was like, yeah, it's because the guy in front of me had a Crisis trade, and I'm like, you piker. Pulled that out. I wanted to get some old Thor back, particularly 366.
There, you gotta have Thunder Frog.
What do you call a 6'6" fighting mad bullfrog? Answer inside. Sir! 367 and 369.
Very nice.
A nice chunk. That's right where I started. Actually, 366 was the first Thor I ever bought. Unfortunately, it's not that copy.
But, you know.
But that's the first one I got. And the last Iron Man series I never got any of. So I figured, again, at 50 cents a pop, nothing can be lost by getting a shitload of these old Iron Mans. So I got 54, 57, 58, 67, 68, 73, 77, 78. There's a trend here.
Yes.
And 83. I don't know how they're... But, you know, Mike Grell.
There you go.
And that can't be that bad, right? So, yeah, most of these are Grell. And then Laws. I don't know who Laws is. John J. Miller did a bunch of them. We'll see how they all pan out.
Oh, some Old Man Logan, I see.
I finally finished Old Man Logan. And I finally found the all splash page issue
don't even have that.
of Thor. I've been dying to find this
How much
thing
is that one?
for like $5. It was $1.50. You believe that shit? All splash pages, double page spreads through the entire goddamn book. The Jormungand serpent, who turns out to be Fin Fang Foom. Oh,
that
I
was a nice find.
So happy to see that in the boxes, man. I needed another half day and another $100 for the books. I really did.
Sure. You really couldn't afford to mail anything else, though.
No, I probably couldn't have. It was already $40 to send all that shit back. And a brand new copy of Justice League 5 with the one punch. $450 for that.
Wow.
$450 for Thor 127. Can you believe that shit?
That's really not in that terrible a shape.
No, it's not.
It's dinged up, but...
Well, yeah. And, which is the one that's probably going to be my pride of this entire haul, the entire time, for $7.75, Avengers 13.
Count Nefaria. Very nice.
Any further than this, and any further earlier than this, and they started to get really banged up badly and even higher in price despite that condition. So,
is this getting framed?
Shit, yeah, it's getting framed, man. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to go out on the net and see if I can find some hardcore clamshells to put those up on. This is a damn good haul, man.
That is a lot of stuff.
It is. 3 boxes and $40 to ship it back.
Good God.
That's actually not bad. $40 ain't bad. You would have paid more than that to take it on the flight with you.
Exactly right. That's why I'm happy to have paid for it. Now, there's some things.
I'd like. If I could go give a quick shout out to Chris in Guilford.
Okay. I'm sure she'll enjoy hearing that.
Very nice, sir. Now, what about you, Andrew? What did you take away? Anything strike you? Did we start a little losers trend with you or anything?
Oh, dude, I took away an astronomical dollar amount of art. Now, I had fully intended to go there and support local Seattle artists, but I ended up buying from guys from California, Indiana. Taki Soma is from Seattle, so apparently that's the biggest I bought for the non-postcard size art. But I bought a lot of mixed media, and I got to talk to a lot of the artists for a long time, because while AJ was getting all those books that you just discussed, I was buying art. So I got a nice Batman, a couple of Green Lanterns, and a nice never-forgotten U.S. soldier Captain America one.
Well,
that one was impressive.
And that was by Terry Huddleston out of Indiana.
Oh, very nice.
I got my Takisoma IG-88. I got I forget the name of the company, I got to check my notes, but I got a 25th. Can you believe it's been 25 years since the movie version of the Transformers cartoon Without?
Yeah, I totally believe it.
Wow.
25 freaking years, and I was in one of Stan Bush's remake videos when he was trying to get that song a little more popular, to try to get it into the Michael Bay Transformer movies, and so that's near and dear to my heart. So I had to buy that, even though like the Rodimus Prime characters and stuff aren't my favorite. It was still great, and I got it signed by both the artists. I got a nice Green Arrow, a couple of Supermans, and I got from a gentleman who works for ILM. I bought Snake Eyes, a badass Snake Eyes picture, and Optimus Prime, his version of what Optimus Prime should look like. Oh. They are freaking cool, and I will be posting those online shortly, because I took a picture of each artist holding up some of the stuff that I bought from them, and I'll put it up on the Mean Geek link.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to all that. Now, the promotional stuff we picked up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out and see if the Damsels of Dorkington want to talk to us, because they seemed like a lot of fun.
Sure.
They do a little show thing based on geeky, dorky stuff, and they're all insanely cute. Hopefully they'll hear that and want to hang out at another con. But, apparently the group is Jeff, Danny, Rissy, and Blythe.
Wow, one of those names just does not go with the others.
No, they don't.
I refuse to say which one.
It was funny, though, because I saw the incredibly short one. I didn't catch her name. It's either, it's either Danny, Rissy, or Blythe. Yeah. But I actually saw her on my plane from Atlanta to Seattle.
Crazy.
And we were walking around, we're going from one exhibit to another, and there's this girl shaking a finger right at me. It's you are on my plane. I'm like, yeah. What about it?
And yeah, that was the instance I had to clear a 3-inch space away from the Tech Jedi's groin, because once that girl recognized him, he was happy.
Hey, get the fuck out of here with this. You're cut off, motherfucker. So we'll be talking.
Hey, it ain't called the Nice Geek.
And there's your title.
That's a rather good point. You have fulfilled your destiny.
Hi, welcome to the Congenial Geek Podcast, brought to you by 1-800-TAMPAX.
We could use the advertising. That's all I'm going to say.
I am going to check out some of the stuff from the promotional table, like ScottishNinjas.com.
Okay, that's just the best thing I've ever heard of. The hell is that?
I don't know, man, but I'm going to go check it out. Jacob Bear, we know about his prints. We already talked about those. The Mandalorian Mercs, we'll revisit them. Bought a shitload of stuff from Atomic Comics. Spiral Productions. Were they the guys that are doing the Andrew, the Project London stuff?
No, I don't think so.
Well, then why do I have this card? Anyway.
Apparently they're doing something that you like, so shout out.
I like the idea that there is an entire con based on geek girls.
Of course you do.
Andrew, you're going to go and get pictures of that, right?
Where would that one be?
It's going to be somewhere in Seattle.
Is it now? Then perhaps I shall go.
It's going to be October 8 and 9 at the Seattle Center Northwest Rooms.
Oh, well, I know where I will be September 8th and 9th.
October.
Well, he's going to be
October 8th and 9th. Ooh, and ZombieCon. Some of the girls at work want to go to ZombieCon later on that month. Looks like October will be Seattle month for myself. Hopefully the damn local sports teams, which would be insert here and insert here, because I really don't know what their teams. The Seahawks and the Sounders and the baseball team with the fish. So hopefully they're not playing. And no, that's the Florida Marlins. I don't even know who the hell the Seattle Mariners. There we go. They're the fishermen, not the fish. That's who we're talking about. God, I hate being 35 years old and not remembering shit.
Fuck you. I don't know.
Crap. Oh, my favorite swag was.
What? Who? I don't know what you're talking about.
Huh?
But go to the ZombieCon too. We'll take the pictures from there and tweet while you're there.
Yeah, we're all about
You
zombies.
got the tweet information, so make sure you tweet.
Yes, your tweet is still open. I can't figure out how to close it on my smartphone, so all it does is drain my battery. And it gives me the opportunity to write naughty things about you, but...
Sorry, dude. And let me tell you,
in case you didn't check your tweet today, your bottom was a little bit sore because the boys missed you very much.
Oh,
great.
Oh.
I'm vaguely attached to this, god damn it.
Anyway, after the con, we went tooling around to the local shops in the Western Washington area.
Very nice.
And Comic Book Inc., I-N-K,
right,
is an awesome fucking shop.
Oh, cool.
It was so cool. It was well lit. It was clean. It was organized.
Excuse me. I need to interject. As in well lit, you mean it wasn't the rapiest of rape comic shops?
Oh, no.
I did get to hear about that, but could you elaborate on that story?
Okay, so here we are. We'll get back to Comic Book Inc. Momentarily because they were a pretty cool shop. That's where I got my my con tickets, and I've got a couple of things from them. They're really great. They have a military discount. They're over on the left side of the highway if you're going northbound. They're off of 84th Street. Anyway, so... apparently AJ hasn't been in a subterranean garage, and since Seattle was built on hills and stuff, some of the garages go down as well as up. So we're driving into, now I know how you were feeling a little bit uncomfortable when he was talking about man crushes. Try driving into a garage and AJ's pointing out, there's a dark corner. There's a dark corner. Hey, I don't happen to see any cameras around here. This is the rapiest of rape garages. And that was on day one when we went to the garage. And the rapiest of rape garages cost $28 for parking. But that was well worth it because we got $28 worth out of that phrase the entire weekend.
Oh, yeah, we didn't stop laughing the entire goddamn time.
Your fear of rape is always amusing.
And apparently Lantern Schmoozy concurs.
Damn that term, it just won't die.
Back to the shop. Now, the thing is, they had tables where you could sit and play games if you wanted to.
Oh, cool.
They were out of the way, but they were
Cooler.
clean, and they weren't ripped up, torn to shit, and all broke down. Again, lights everywhere. Nice racks for all the new books. All in alphabetical order for once. They go back up to 6 issues, so you can see what came in, when it came
but
in.
not overwhelmingly ridiculous.
Right. Not too many copies so that they weren't packed in there and getting ruined. And underneath each one of those were reasonably high. You had to tiptoe to get the highest one.
Right.
But down by your knees were short boxes with back issues from the books above them. Fucking awesome. There were discount tables everywhere. There were trade collections by theme.
Did you buy anything there, or were you so shopped out?
I got a couple of things up there. Nothing major. A couple of recent things that I, didn't see in other shops around. But I mentioned to the guy working there that day how awesome the shop was. And I said that I will, in fact, be mentioning it on the podcast. And he's like, oh, you have a podcast. I was like, yes, I do. Which one is it? It's The Mean Geek, comic podcasting on the edge of civility. We're up to 71 episodes now. You should check us out. And he stops and he goes, I know you. One of our customers listens to you.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
And at that point, we had to make the 3-inch zone again.
We could call this episode the 3-inch zone. I'd be very happy with that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No one has ever heard of us.
Yeah.
Hey, apparently I'm not the only one in Tacoma listening to you.
Unless that's you. You walk.
No, it's not me, because I did not mention. You know me, I'm a closet geek, man. I didn't walk in and say, "Hey, you guys should listen to my friends. They're the mean geeks. They listen to comic books and stuff." So it definitely wasn't me. I shit you not, man. There's somebody else out there who likes it. I mean, it's pretty freaking funny. It's a great. Even if I didn't know you guys, and I came across it, it's still, you guys say shit that makes me laugh every episode.
That's great, man. So, dear unknown fan, somewhere in Tacoma.
You know what? We'll find you a cool book if you mail in and say, I go to Comic Book Inc. and I listen to your podcast, and I'm the one that the worker at Comic Book Inc. mentioned. We'll find something nice to send you.
A souvenir will be sent your way.
And it won't be cheesy like Return of Manucci #2.
And we promise it won't be a boudoir photo of the Tech Jedi and the Reverend Mad Duck.
That is a guarantee right there.
I might pose. You got anything else you want to talk about, my man?
Oh, no. You guys covered it. I can't wait to hear the interviews. I heard I was subject to most of them, but I was busy trying to get a good frame or two. But you did talk to a couple of really popular guys in the comic community, and I know your fans are going to be looking forward to hearing them.
All right. Well, seeing as how we're just about an hour, woohoo! I think we'll call it even, because injecting all those interviews will put us over. So we don't like to bore our listeners too much longer than 60 minutes. So
we'll have a little addendum episode of interviews.
No, we'll chuck him in this one.
Oh, you're really going on.
They're already in here.
All right. I totally misunderstood what you were saying there, then.
Join us some other time for episode 72. You can find us on the www.themeengeek.com. Twitter us, The Mean Geek. Facebook, The Mean Geek. I mean, just
mention us to your comic shop, because we might wander in there randomly.
That's right.
Someday.
That's right.
And visit akolstadphotography.com. That's AKOLSTAD photography.com.
He is a phenomenal photographer and a remarkably decent human being, despite appearing on this podcast.
Dude, every time AJ saw somebody filming something, I got him to shout out, MeanGeek.com!
Yep. It's really not that hard. You can basically just push him anywhere and he'll shout that now. He's like a squeeze toy in that respect.
I hate you all. Having said that, kids, have a great night.
Bless you, fuckers. Thank you.
Good night, all.
I just said up yours, baby.
The Mean Geek is recorded live at the Reverend Mad Duck's apartment whenever the hell we can get to it. You can find us on iTunes, Podcast Alley, Facebook, Comic Space, our own site, www.themeengeek.com. Subscribe to us through RSS, and most importantly, find us as a proud member on the Comics Podcast Network. Contact us directly through email at themeanergeek@gmail.com.